the one around Dudley, and I know that many people will say, look, why are you open wound and why are you kind of rubbing it? But, you know, this is a Sikh Ethics Show, and I think that we have a responsibility to maybe reflect on ethically what Sikhs can and cannot do when their sentiments are being hurt, yeah? I don't know what you think about that, Roop Singh, but...
Well, I was given text. I was given text, you know, the text messages came to my phone, and they were saying, you know, get down to Dudley. I couldn't make it for other reasons. But I saw a little bit on the Sikh channel, and I've seen it on some of the web pages. And, you know, first of all, the text came through, there's going to be a big demonstration. A few days later, a text came through, it's been cancelled. And I thought, thank God it's been cancelled. And I realised and I learned that the family that was going to have this party in this Gurdwara building, although it's an extension of the building, of the Gurdwara, they realised that it was the wrong thing to do. And so they contacted...
So they realised ethically...
It was the wrong thing to do.
So that was the first ethical principles that... that any place that's associated with Sikhi has to abide by certain rules. So that was the first ethical lesson.
So and basically, so what they did, they took their party elsewhere, or they cancelled it or whatever. Yeah. But then what happens is that the committee, right, decide that they want to hold a party there. Now, to me, right, sitting on the fence or watching it from an outsider's point of view is why have they done that? Why do you think they've done that?
Well, I mean, in a sense, we can't second guess why people, but let's think about the ethics of that. I think the thing that's come through is that one side of the argument that the Sikhs should be peaceful. Right. And the Sikhs should have not even been, even under intimidation, they should not have reacted. That's one argument. And certainly there's precedence for that. If you think about Jitto da Morcha, where the Sikhs were struggling against the British at the time, they laid themselves down on tracks and they were beaten down by British Army officers, sepoys and people like that. And they still stood up, and we've seen the videos.
We've seen the videos, we've seen the films.
So there is a thread within Sikhism which is of non-violent peaceful protest. And this is in the tradition of, say, Guru Arjan Dev Ji.
Gurnaam Singh, just hang on a minute. Because the thing is, right, if you're taking those sort of principles, then I tell you what we'll do. We'll take the kirpan off, we'll take the Khanda badge off, and we'll say, listen, we'll take the mala up, and we'll go peaceful, peaceful, peaceful.
Well, I'm not,
Guruji has given us... Go on then.
Because, so there is a tradition among Sikhi of non-violent protest.
Right.
However, Sikhi as a faith, as an overall ideology, does not believe in pacifism.
Correct.
Okay? Which is Ahinsavad. Ahinsavad is a philosophy. Gandhi was Ahinsavadi. Because if we believe in Ahinsavad, as you rightly say, we would not be Shastardari.
Yes.
Guru Har Gobind Pasha Ji would not have fought wars.
Yes.
Guru Gobind Singh Ji would not have fought wars. So for people to say that Sikhs are peaceful is a misrepresentation of our history and our principles. However, having said that, there's a principle, again, Guru Gobind Singh Ji gave us a principle, Chukar az hame hilate dad gajast, halal ar bushtan beshamshidast. Only take up the sword when no other means are available. Right. And therein lies the dilemma, because somebody would say, well, there's always another way. Dialogue, there's always a way to dialogue. And other people say, no, I personally feel that from what I've seen, what I've read, that there was utter provocation.
Thank you.
Okay, now let me say something here, because I was on the National Student Union, the student demonstration against the fees in London. You remember a few months ago?
Yes.
And the students went and smashed up the Tory party headquarters and they were fighting with the police. And I've got to be honest, at the time I was asked, do I support the students or don't? And I supported the students because I felt that the only way they could have brought publicity to their cause was through that. Now, the sad thing is, in a sense, the cause was right, but the publicity that we've got has had a negative effect.
Well, I think, again, you see, this is where media comes in. Whenever they're portraying Sikhs, right, even if they do good, and you know, there's the Khalsa Aid, there's the charity bike ride from Birmingham to London every year for the last 15 or 20 years. You know, there's all kinds of charity things that Sikhs are doing. None of them is covered, right? But if a Sikh wants to protest about some people eating meat and drinking beers and alcohol in a Gurdwara building, then I'm sorry, because the media will pick up that little part and they'll take it out of proportion and they'll paint us in a very bad light. But actually the truth is here, is that those people that went in there did it deliberately. Now, I don't think there's any justification whatsoever when elders, and you and I are now coming to the elders, Gurnaam Singh, when elders, senior people, grandfathers say, oh, these young boys, okay, the party's been cancelled, we'll start our own party. Now, you tell me, where's the ethics in that? Where's the morality in that? Where's our leadership in there? Where are they coming from?
I think that point's been well made, that there was irresponsibility. So, you know, at the end of the day, the Sangat out there is always sovereign. You've heard the issues, you've heard some of the arguments, and I'm sure over the weeks, and we should analyse, you know, as Sikhs.
Can I just say one more thing? You know, this same bunch, right? So they call them a mob if you want, right? But I'll tell you about this, please. These people, this Sattkar campaign, right? They're the ones. You know, when there was the fire in Bow, right? These are the people that went down there and took Guru Granth Sahib Ji's, the sroops, the burnt ones, and I've heard some of those sroops were thrown into the back of a van, not a car. And these guys took those sroops and did the proper sanskar of them. These are the boys, these are the girls, these are the youth that go in and do it very peacefully. And they've always said, our protest is peaceful, but then there's provocation.
You know, Roop Singh, in history, there was a previous occasion in Sikh history where there was the equivalent of a Sattkar campaign in Punjab. This was the time of the British Raj, at the late part of the 19th century, early part of the 20th century. And it was called the Singh Sabha movement. I don't know if you know about the history of the Singh Sabha movement. But the Singh Sabha movement, again, was there to get the Sattkar of Guru Granth Sahib. I don't know, in a lot of the Gurdwaras, historical shrines, the Mahants who were employed by the British had been taken over by them. They started to do a lot of manamat, you know, Buddha Puja, Darbar Sahib, they had statues and things like that. They were doing rituals and things. And the Singh Sabha movement actually was a movement made up of scholars, of Gurmukhs, of Sants, Bhagats, a whole, you know, collection of people who were going around different places, and doing education as well, and prachar.
Well, that's what I think that's what these young people are doing. And I'll tell you what, I have to stand up and salute them, because they are taking on something which is, you know, quite dangerous in this country. You know, they could be arrested, they could have a criminal record, they could have, but they're saying that Guru Granth Sahib is first and foremost in my life, and what happens to me, but I'm not going to allow this. And that, to me, is the soldier spirit. That is your soldier. You know, we're a Sant Sapai race.
Okay, well, there you are then. You've
credit to those young people, I'd say.
And keep the Sattkar at the forefront. And Sattkar for human beings, Sattkar for Sangat, Sattkar for Guru Granth Sahib Ji. And I think